This constitutes a security hazard.
The 50th anniversary of Thunderbirds in 2015 yielded some interesting products, to say the least. Quite a lot of pieces of merchandise came out from various licensees, and some of it was good, and some of it was quite average. And, you can help me decide which category this Thunderbirds chess set falls into. This came from Tactic. As I say, this was produced for the 50th anniversary of Thunderbirds back in 2015. And, there's the box. Not necessarily the most inspiring box artwork that you've ever seen. It's in a nice sort of metal tin, which I think is very elegant. It gives it a certain classiness to it that I think is well deserved, I suppose. Taking a look at the box artwork, it calls it a limited edition chess set. Take a trip down memory lane to the world of Thunderbirds with this superb limited edition chess set. This classic game features stunning 3D game pieces that fuse traditional chess with space-age technology. Challenge yourself, Thunderbird style. Now, here's the major issue with this. I don't know how to play chess. I have tried to learn it many, many times. It never sticks in my head. I can never remember all the moves. I certainly am no strategist. I really don't know very much about chess at all, which is terrible. I know it's a relatively straightforward game, but it's always baffled me. I can just never think. I can never think that many steps ahead whenever I'm playing a game. So, yes, I am not a chess wizard by any means. The reason I have this in the first place, you may be wondering, well, Jack, if you don't play chess, why on earth do you have this? This was because back in 2015, I was reviewing 50th anniversary merchandise for the official Jerry Anderson store, and I received a complimentary copy of this, and I took a look at it, I unboxed it, I looked at it at the time, I wrote up my piece on it, which, I don't know, maybe you can still find that, I don't know, and then, well, that was it. I never looked at it again. So I'm going to today get it out of the box and we're just going to have a little look at the playing pieces and the board itself. So there we are. Let's have a look. Let's open this thing up. So we have the lid like so. It's just got a clear plastic window in there. Nothing too special about that. But then we have all the playing pieces lined up, standing to attention, apart from the ones that have just been sort of chucked in the side there. So let's see if we can figure out what all the individual bits are. So I think first and foremost we need to look at the pawns. The pawns, as you can see, it's a standard issue Tracy brother. I don't think it's meant to be any of the Tracys in particular. It is just your very basic international rescue member in their uniform, in their hat. If I take a really close look at it, I can't say I can see a likeness for any Tracy brother in particular. Now, it's worth saying that although these look very shiny and metallic, they are in fact plastic, and not necessarily the highest quality plastic either. They are very lightweight, and basically, although this set looks very impressive because it looks like it's made of solid metal, it isn't. It feels, as I say, lightweight plastic. Yeah, just not necessarily the most premium of chess sets. I know that there are some beautifully sculpted, beautifully made chess sets out there based on all sorts of different TV shows and things like that. This is trying to sort of cash in on that collector's market, but sort of by putting in the smallest amount of effort possible, I would say. So there you go. There's your pawn would be a Tracy brother like that. Let's stand him up over there. Then what have we got? Let's see. Let's have a look at the knight. The knight is Thunderbird 2. Standing up on end like that. I suppose it's reasonably well detailed, but the problem is, of course, it's standing up like that, so the back end of it is basically missing, which is really, really odd to see. They've added extra panel lines in along the wings that really shouldn't be there. Not really sure why they've done that. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't necessarily say that screams knight to me, but nevertheless, that is supposed to be the knight. The reason I can tell, by the way, is they have tiny little symbols on there that are supposed to indicate what this is supposed to represent. So this is supposed to be the knight, and actually, let me compare, because of course in chess you have the black and the white. These are the two colours, which actually on camera I'm noticing they're showing up quite noticeably different. I will tell you that in person, depending on the light, I actually wouldn't be able to tell the difference. On camera, this definitely shows up darker than this one, which is correct, it's the way it should be, but I'm telling you that in person, I would have to look at them for quite a little bit in order to tell for sure, yeah, that's my piece and that's the other player's piece, but nevertheless, there you go. So that's the knight. Let's see, Thunderbird 1. Thunderbird 1 is supposed to be the rook, or the castle, or whatever you want to call it, but the rook. That's not a bad Thunderbird 1, I suppose. It's round at the base in order to kind of fit in with what it's supposed to look like. So, yeah, fine. It's got its wings out so that you get the classic sort of Thunderbird 1 silhouette, but I don't know. Not very much detail on that, to be sure. But, I mean, it's obvious that it's Thunderbird 1, so I guess you kind of have to say fair enough for that. Let's just swap those round, because in my head it's you've got to have Thunderbird 1 then Thunderbird 2. You have to get them the right way around. You just do. Right, Thunderbird 3. This is where they've made some odd choices. Thunderbird 3 is the bishop, because Thunderbird 3 screams bishop to me. There you go, dropping it. So the benefit of it being made of plastic is you can drop it and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't cause any damage. Yeah, they've obviously had to make an interesting choice with this, in that it doesn't have the struts, the support structure going to each of the three boosters. They've had to fill that with solid plastic in order for it to not fall apart, basically, which means as a result, it doesn't look an awful lot like Thunderbird 3. It has to be said, they've definitely sacrificed a lot of detail there in order to make it function as a chess piece. I suppose fair enough, but I don't know. Just not necessarily the limited edition high quality that was perhaps promised on the box. Now then, what other pieces do we have in here? Well, of course, we have to have our king and we have to have our queen. So let's take a look at the queen here, who is nestled very nicely inside the box. Of course, the queen of Thunderbirds is Lady Penelope. And to be fair, it looks recognisably enough like Penelope, I think. I would give them a pass on that. It looks like Penelope. They've got the right hairstyle. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It's weird to position her alongside the vehicles and sort of expect this to be a cohesive piece, but nevertheless, it kind of works. And then for the king, they have gone for Jeff Tracy, of course. Now, face sculpt, pretty good, actually. It's a pretty good likeness for Jeff. They've got him standing to attention in a very, in quite a weird pose. So, again, you wouldn't necessarily look at it straight away and go, yep, that's Jeff. But no, once you get a close look at it, it looks like Jeff. I'll say that much for it. So that's a pretty good piece overall. Of course, when you start to look at Jeff and Penelope as the king and queen of Thunderbirds, that starts to get a little bit weird if you think about it too much. But overall, not bad. So those are your playing pieces. Let's take a look at the board itself. So I'm just going to put those back in there briefly. The board is contained underneath this inlay. If I can pull that out. You have to pull that out there. Let's move that forward. And then at the very bottom of the tin is the board, which is here. Of course, it comes with a little, before I reveal the board, it comes with a little instruction manual. If, like me, you do not understand chess, they do endeavour to teach you chess. But the booklet is, it's nice. I'm glad they include it. It includes a little bit of information about the vehicles and, Thunderbirds and things like that. So I'm glad that they went to the effort of specially making something, I suppose. But yeah, it's fine. I guess it's good that they did that. So fair enough. There you go. So it does give you a little instruction manual on how to play chess. But then the board itself, quite small. If we open that up, oh look, it's the same piece of Thunderbird 3 artwork that was on the box. It's on the instruction manual. There it is. Nothing special about this whatsoever. To a fault, I would say. That should have been more special. I think they could have done more with that to make it look more Thunderbirdsy. But, it's not too bad, I suppose. Right. I suppose I'll try and... I guess I'll try and set this up. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'll try and set it up as if I knew how to do that. Maybe I can refer to the instruction manual and it will tell me where all the pieces are supposed to go. Oh dear, it tells you about all of the movements and things like that. Oh, there you go. There's a little graphic in there that tells you where to put everything. So let's do that then. Which way up is this supposed to be? I have no idea. I'm going to assume this way up. Right, let's take... I'm only going to set up one side because this will take forever otherwise. Genuinely, which way round is it supposed to go? I don't think it tells you, but assuming that this is the top, let's put the black pieces where they're supposed to go. A lot of you are going to be screaming at me right now, thinking, "God, this idiot doesn't know anything about chess." Well, I'm so sorry for you. It just doesn't appeal. Doesn't appeal to me. Which one's the king? Which one's the queen? That way around, I think. I don't know. Pawn. Let's see. Bishop goes here. That's a white one. You see what I mean? I can't tell the difference between the colours that well. There you go. There's your bishop. There is your knight. And then your rook goes there. That's the wrong colour. See what I mean? I can't tell straight away what colour they're supposed to be. Bishop, rook, and knight again, and then we'll put all the pawns out as well. I genuinely keep having to check what colour they are in order to make sure I'm putting the right one in the right place. There we go. Ta-da! Thunderbirds chess set. Let's quickly do the others, I suppose. Why not? That way round. That way round. Grab all the pawns. Get them all in place. I hope this is intriguing content. # content. Oh boy. What has this show come to? Remember when Security Has Minis used to be about something? Used to do proper reviews of things. Now you've just got me awkwardly trying to set up a chess set. Come on. Get the last few bits out of the box. There we go. There is a Thunderbirds chessboard if ever I saw one. Although, as I say, I really would have appreciated if they had gone a bit further with this. It's fine. This is the thing that so much of the 50th anniversary merchandise did, was sort of the bare minimum. Like, yes, it's a Thunderbirds chess set. Yes, it has playing pieces that look like Thunderbirds vehicles and characters. Yes, it has a chessboard with something Thunderbirds related on it. But it leaves me wanting. And I don't even play chess. I'm not. This is the only chessboard I have in the house, I'm pretty sure. You know, but I look at it and go, yeah, they could have done a nicer job on this. And I think collectors probably would have paid a bit more, honestly, to have a really nice Thunderbirds chess set rather than this sort of plastic, very lightweight, very, very minimum sort of piece. But I would appreciate it if anyone out there has a different opinion. If you look at this and go, that's really nice, I'd really like one of those, then do let me know in the comments down below. I'm very welcome to have my opinion changed. But otherwise, that's it. I'm not going to have a chess game with myself because I don't know how to play chess. Maybe I'll start reading. I'll start reading this, and maybe I'll learn. Maybe I'll learn, but I think that's going to take longer than we have time for in this video. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please subscribe. I do security hazard minis, which are way better informed than this. So please take a look at those. You can also take a look at the Security Hazard Show, which is a podcast I do with Ben Wolf Page every single week, reviewing different Jerry Anderson shows and related films and TV series and things like that. And then, of course, we have the Patreon, patreon.com/securityhazard, where you can give what you can, but only if you can, to support what I do here. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.
Security hazard negative.